Good Monday morning. This is Kent Blaylock with Kent's Classic Sports Replays or Kent Sport Replays coming to you on this 22nd day of June 2026. Hope everyone is doing well. Had a great weekend and are ready for some payoff pitch baseball using Game Pulse. And we're looking into my replay of the 1921 World Series between the New York Giants and the New York Yankees, a best-of-9 series in 1921. So we're 5 games in, and the New York Giants have a 3-2 lead on the New York Yankees. And again, it's a best-of-9, so whoever gets to 5 first wins the series. And we're playing, I think the date was October the 11th, 1921. So let's get down to the field. Let's get into the game. As you can see, we're at the 1921 World Series between the New York Giants and the New York Yankees. It's a 3-2 lead by the New York Giants. On the mound for the New York Giants today will be Fred Toney. He's pitched 6 2/3 innings in this World Series replay with a 1.35 ERA. He's allowed 6 hits and has struck out 3 and has allowed a home run. His opposing pitcher for the New York Yankees is Larry Harper, a left-hander. Tony is a right-hander who pitched 2 1/3 innings, allowing 3.86 ERA, allowing 4 hits, striking out 4, and allowing a home run. And you can see the starting lineups for each team. The New York Giants, you have Burns, Bancroft, Frisch, Youngs, Kelly, Musial, Rollins, Snyder, and then Toney, the pitcher. And for the New York Yankees, Fuster, Peckinpah, Miller, Musial, Pip, Ward, McNally, Shang, and Harper. And I don't know why, but the Babe Ruth is not playing in this game. I'd have to look into the history. Maybe he got injured. But this is game number 6 in this replay. Let's get into the game. Top of the first, the Yankees are the home team in this game. Again, in 1921, the Yankees and the Giants both use the Polo Grounds as their home field. So we're playing from the Polo Grounds, but it'll be the Yankees as the home team today. Harper on the mound for the Yankees. The 21 season, he had a 4-3 record with a 3.76 ERA, allowing 3 home runs, walking 25, and striking out 22. Up to the plate for the New York Giants is George Burns. Burns, in the 21 season, batted .299 with 4 home runs. In this replay, he's doing slightly better with a .316 average, 3 RBIs. And Burns comes to the plate as Harper gets the signal from Shang behind the plate. Here is pitch. It's going to be a tough 55, and that's a ground ball hit sharply to third. McNally up with it over to Wally Pipp at first for our first out on the 5-3 putout. And that brings up Dave Bancroft. Bancroft batting .421 in this replay with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. He batted .318 in the real life. So doing much better here so far in this World Series. As Bancroft steps up, Harper into his windup and the pitch. It's going to be another tough roll. And that tough roll of 21, as you see on Bancroft's card against left-handed pitching, 10-29, and that will be a single that he drops in front of Musial in right field. Now we'll get a still jump check. Now for a sacrifice bunt range check. And this is a hit and run situation. The hit and run's been activated. And Frankie Frisch coming to the plate with Dave Bancroft on first. Frisch batting .381 with 6 RBIs, batted .341 in the real life with 8 home runs. Frisch digs in. Harper glances over to first, but brings his pitch. This time it's going to be a patient roll. That patient 71 is a ground ball too short. Will they turn two? Double play chart. This is a hit and run ground out chart. And because of the hit and run, they cannot get Bancroft at second. They do get Frisch out at first. So there's 2 outs with now a runner in scoring position for Ross Youngs. Youngs batting a paltry 105 so far in this replay. He batted 327 in the real world. So Youngs not getting the job done with the bat so far in this World Series replay. Youngs gets the offering. It's another patient roll at 86, and that's just a fly ball, shallow fly ball into center field. Miller settles underneath it for out number 3. So a runner left stranded as we go to the bottom of the first, scoreless at the Polo Grounds. On the mound for the New York Giants is Fred Tony. Had an 18-11 record in 21 with a 3.61 ERA. So far in this replay, he has a 1.35 ERA after pitching 6 2/3 with 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. At the plate, Chick Fuster batted 280 in the real with a home run. Fuster, I believe, in for Babe Ruth, has yet to bat in this 21 World Series. Here's the pitch to Fuster. It's going to be a tough out, and he struck him out as Tony got him with the yacker, the curveball. Out number 1. That brings up Roger Peckinpah. Peckinpah batting 300 with a home run. Batted 288 in the real world with 8 home runs. Peckinpah digs in as Tony goes into the windup in the pitch. It'll be a tough roll. And strikeout number 2 as Tony blows a fastball by Peckinpah. Let's get a little. Frank Drummond. He struck him out. That brings up Elmer Miller to the plate. Miller batting 318 with a home run, batted 298 with 4 home runs in 1921. Here's the delivery. Another tough out. And another strikeout as the side goes down swinging, and Tony struck out the side. Out number 3. And we go to the second, scoreless here at the Polo Grounds, as coming to the plate for the New York Giants, it's High Pockets Kelly, another player struggling from the plate with only a 105 average. He batted 308 with 23 home runs in 1921. So if he could get his bat going, it might be trouble for the Yankees, but High Pockets Kelly steps in. Another tough roll. And Kelly on that roll of 34 to 36. It is a double as he hits one hops one to the wall between center and right field. And Kelly is now in scoring position. We have a sacrifice bunt check on Musial, Iris Musial, brother of Bob Musial of the Yankees. It is not within his sacrifice range, which is a roll of 2, 3, or 12. So we continue with the normal at bat as Iris Musial steps up, batting 267. So far in this replay, he batted 329 in the real world. Here's the pitch. It's going to be another tough roll of 94, and that's just a fly ball into left field. Houston fields it easily. That holds Kelly at second. And now we're going to check Rawlings' bunt range. And that's not within his. With that roll of 5, he needed a sacrifice range of 2, 3, 4, or 12. So Rawlings will swing away. Rawlings batting 133 in this replay, batted 267 in real world. Here's the pitch from Harry Harper. And that is his wheelhouse. Rawlings' wheelhouse against left-handed pitching. He has no home run, but he has a 1-60 chance for a hit. That roll of 27 will be a single. Now we have a fact roll for the base running with a single, hard grounder into left field. Runner on first advances one base. Runner advances one base plus. So usual. Now we're still jump check. Check out what happened there. Play results. So with that fact advancement on that single, High Pockets Kelly was out at second. So he was gunned down going to third. Didn't see that coming. As Frank Snyder now comes up with a runner on first. He's batting 273, batted 320 in the real world. Harper looking to pitch his way out of this. As here comes a pitch to Snyder. It's another patient roll. That's just a ground ball to third. McNally up with it over to Pitt for the 5-3 put out. And a runner left stranded. And the Giants, although they have 3 hits, nothing has come across the plate yet. As Tony faces Bob Musial. Musial batting 222, batted 318 in the real world. Here's the pitch from Tony. Be a tough out, 74, and that's just a ground ball to second. Up with it is Rawlings over to High Pockets Kelly for the 4-3 put out and out number 1. I'll be right back. So 1 down as Wally Pipp comes to the plate. Pipp having a hot bat so far in this replay, batting 474 above his 296 average in 1921. 3 RBIs. Had 8 home runs in 1921, so got a little pop to his bat, not a whole lot. As he comes to the plate, Tony into his windup, the patient roll, and he walks him. First walk issued, And now we're going to check Pipp for a jump check. A little jump check. And he will not be. And now a bunt range check for Aaron Ward. So this will be a sacrifice bunt. The bunt check passed on that roll of 4 and arranged to 2-5. So sacrifice bunt, we do it on the fact. As you can see on this fact here, you have a sacrifice bunt range, and he is an A. So it's a good chance that this is going to go. And he does sacrifice hit. You can see the A rating is the only one that was going to succeed, because the lead runner was going to be out on B and C, and it's going to be a double play on D and F. So luckily he had an A range, so he moves Wally Pipp into scoring position with the nice bunt that he laid down. And that's going to bring Mike McNally to the plate, batting 125 in this replay, well below his 260 average in 21. As Tony goes into windup, here's the pitch. Tough out, 18, and he struck him out. That's strikeout number 4 for Tony as he blew it right by him with the fastball. And that will end the second. And we go to the third. Scoreless here at the Polo Grounds. And Tony, the pitcher, coming to the plate. Now it's going to be a ballpark roll. The ballpark at the Polo Grounds. Right-handed batter, 1-62. It's wheelhouse. 1-74 if it's a left-handed batter. So 1-62, it will be in Tony's wheelhouse, and it will be in his wheelhouse. Now, if you look at Tony, Against left-handed pitching, no home runs, so he doesn't have a chance for a home run. If he'd have been against a right-handed pitcher, evidently Fred Tony has a little pop to his bat. 1 to 64 chance for a home run, but 1 to 50 chance for a hit. And he does not. It's just a ground ball on that high roll, too short. Peckinpah up with it, over to Pip at first for the 6-3 put out, and out number 1. That brings George Burns back to the plate, batting .300 on the replay. He grounded out to third his first time up. Harper into the windup and the pitch. It'll be another tough roll of 25, and that's going to be a single dropped in front of Fuster in left field. That's a leadoff single. A one-out single by Dave Bancroft. George Burns, I'll get it right in a minute. And it's still jump check for Burns. And now bunt check for Bancroft. He's got a sacrifice range of 2 to 4. And it will not be, but it's a hit and run situation. And so it's activated as Bancroft steps up 1 for 1 on the day. Singled his first time up, batting .450. So a hot bat by Bancroft. Can he continue? Another tough roll. And he does. That roll of 23 is just high enough for Bancroft to drop one into right field. Then we're going to check the base runner advancement. And that's going to move Burns all the way over to third. So runners on the corners with 1 out. And we're going to do a still jump check. Still is declined because the jump check failed. Frankie Frisch stepping to the plate, 0 for 1 on the day, but he's got runners on the corners. And he grounded out to short his last time up. Can he improve with runners in scoring position? It's going to be a tough roll of 46. It's a ground ball back to the pitcher. Can they turn 2? Okay, our double play check. The batter's double play rating is 5, so it's got to be 5 and under to turn 2. And it does not. That will score Burns from third. We had a fielder's choice, a 1-4 put out, but that will bring a run across as Frankie Frisch. I think they got the lead runner at second. 1-4 put out. So they got the lead at second, but the runner scores and Frisch is safely on at first with the fielder's choice RBI score. And we're going to check his jump check. And it's successful. So Frisch is going to be looking to steal. He's got a steal rating of B. The catcher's arm rating is 3. So he's got a very good chance of stealing. And he does as he safely slides in under the tag by Ward. And now with 2 outs, Frisch is in scoring position as Ross Youngs come to the plate. Flew out to center field his last time up. Youngs, can he get his bat going? And it's going to be another tough roll, 29, and he struck him out for out number 3. So Harper with the heat strikes out Youngs. We go to the bottom of the third with the Giants up 1-0. Fred Tony on the mound so far hasn't allowed a hit as Wally Shane comes to the plate, batting .389 in this replay, batted .316 in the real world. That's a pretty good average and a pretty good hitter in the 8th spot as Shane comes to the plate. It's an in-play roll of 89. That's a ground ball to second. Rawlings up with it over to High Pockets Kelly for the 4-3 put out and out number 1. That brings up our pitcher, Harper, Harry Harper, facing his counterpart. Harper steps in. It's going to be a tough out. And that's just a ground ball to second. Rawlings again with the 4-3 put out to High Pockets Kelly for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. And Chick Fuster coming to the plate, struck out his first time up in the first inning. Fuster gets the offering. It's a patient roll of 32, and he walks him. That's going to be the second walk issued by Tony. And we're going to get a still jump check. So anything under 3 it does fail, and Roger Peckinpah stepping to the plate. He struck out as well his first time up. It's going to be an in-play roll of 21, and that will be a single hit by Peckinpah. It's an opposite field liner into left field. Runner on first advances one base. So that'll just, but with 2 outs, and because of his speed, he makes it to third. And no jump for Peckinpah, as now runners on the corner. And if Tony in a little bit of a spot here as Elmer Miller steps up, he struck out his first time up. Another patient roll of 97, and that's just a fly ball, lazy fly ball, lifted into left field. Irish Musial, Canna Corn put out for out number 3. 2 left stranded as we go to the 4th with the New York Giants up 1-0. Harry Harper still on the mound. He's allowed 5 hits and has struck out 1 against the 13 batters he's faced. High Pockets Kelly coming to the plate. He doubled his last time up. Kelly with the offering. It's going to be a patient roll of 49, and that's just a line drive hit sharply at Ward at second base, stabs it out of the air for out number 1. Irish Musial coming to the plate. Musial flew out to left field his last time up, and Harper with the delivery. It's in his wheelhouse. Irish Musial against left-handed pitching. 1-44 chance, and this thing is going to be history. And that roll of 12.
This is crushed and gone.
Home run, Irish Musial for a 2-0 Giants lead here in the 4th, top of the 4th. Speeding my game up. Don't need to do that. It's 2-0 now with the blast by Irish Musial. That brings up Johnny Rawlings as he steps in, singled his last time up. Harry Harper throws down his rosin bag in disgust and brings the offering to Rawlings. It's going to be a patient 22, and he walks him. Harper's a little shook up after that home run, allows Rawlings the free pass, jump check, and that there will be no jump check. Will they lay down a bunt? No bunt, but hit and run has been activated as Snyder steps in, 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch to Snyder. We get a tough roll of 0-1. We know what that is. Hey, got him with the fastball. Harry Harper sets him down with his second strikeout of the day, and that brings up Frank Snyder. Actually, checking the still attempt for Snyder. And he is caught stealing. Runner caught stealing second base for out number 3. So Fred Tony didn't get a chance to swing away, as that's out number 3. But we go to the bottom of the 4th with the Giants up 2-0. Bob Musial coming to the place. Can he mimic his brother Irish's last plate appearance with that home run? Musial batting .211, not very good. Here's the pitcher's roll. It's going to be a tough roll, 78, and that's just a fly ball into center field. Burns makes the play easily for out number 1 on the F8 put out. Got to bring up Wally Pipp, who walked his first time up. Here's the pitch to Pipp. It's an in-play roll of 66. That's just a ground ball too short. Bancroft up with it, over to Kelly for the 6-3 put out, and out number 2, 2 up and 2 down as Aaron Ward comes to the plate. Here's the pitch to Ward. And tell him, Frank. It struck him out. It's a 5th strikeout for Tony, and that will end the inning 3 up and 3 down as we go to the 5th with the New York Giants up 2-0. And Tony coming to the plate. Tony's just going to swing away as he gets the patient roll of 0-2, and he walks him. Harry Harper walks his counterpart. How do you walk the pitcher? And we're going to get a jump check for the pitcher, and it is not. And we're going to see if Burns is going to lay down a bunt. And at bunt attempt, we will have, he is a C rating bunter, and he does get the bunt down, and Fred Tony makes it safely to second on the great bunt laid down by Burns. And Tony, another bunt check, and it is another bunt attempt. This is the bunt rating of B, and moves Tony over to third. But now with 2 outs, Bancroft laid down a great bunt to get Tony 90 feet from the pay station as Frankie Frisch steps to the plate. 0-2 on the day, but does have an RBI. Frisch gets the offering. It's going to be a tough roll of 17, and Frisch slaps a single into right field and blooped into right field, and that will score Tony from third. And now we have a 3-0 ball game. Giants leading the Yankees here at the Polo Grounds. Frankie Frisch, will he try to steal? He will not. Ross Young's 0-2 on the day. Can he get his bat heated up? He gets a patient roll of 59, and he finally gets one as he drops it in a line drive into center field. And that's going to move Frisch all the way over to third. Now Young's still jump check, and it is successful. He's got a fair chance of making it, and he is safe at second. So now both runners in scoring position for High Pockets Kelly, who's already doubled once today. Kelly getting the offering from Harper, who is in a bit of a bind here. Can he pitch himself out of it? It's another patient roll of 97. And luckily, it's a lazy fly ball hit to field for out number 3, but not after another run comes across. And it's 3-0 New York Giants here at the Polo Grounds as Mike McNally steps to the plate for the Yankees. He struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch to McNally. We have a patient roll of 80. He lifts a fly ball into center field. Burns settles underneath it for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down, and Wally Sheng coming to the plate. Sheng grounded out to second his first time up as Tony, looking to keep up this great pitching performance, gets a patient roll of 60, and he walks him. So Sheng gets the free pass. Never like to see walks. They many times don't add up to something good for you. So we got a successful. No, we didn't have a successful. We're doing a bunt check now. The bunt attempt is good. So we get a C rating on the bunt. So the outcomes will be a sacrifice hit or a pop-out miss. So it's balanced in the middle of the road. And he does get the bunt down. And Sheng advances to second. But now we have 2 outs, but a runner in scoring position as Chick Fuster steps to the plate, 0-1 on the day. Tony into his windup and the pitch. It's an in-play roll of 88. That's just a ground ball too short. Bancroft over to Kelly for the 6-3 put out and out number 3. So a runner's left stranded. And we go to the 6th with the New York Giants still up 3-0 and a one hitter for. So the AI manager is bringing in a pitching change. Bill Piercy replacing Harry Harper because he is fatigued. So Bill Piercy has a 3.38 ERA in this replay. He had a 2.98 in the real world with a 5-4 record. So Irish Musial, who's already homered in this game, steps up, and Bill Piercy goes into his windup. Let's take a look at Piercy's card. He has a ballpark and a wheelhouse at 2 and 4. A lot of tough at 5, 6, and 7, but the higher rolls go to the batter's favor. But this time it will be a tough roll for Irish Musial. That 71 is just a ground ball, 2-2. Aaron Ward up with it over to Pip at first for the 4-3 putout for out number 1. And that brings up Johnny Rollins, 1 for 1 on the day with a walk. Rollins pitch from Piercy. This time it's an in-play roll of 77. Fly ball, center field. Elmer Miller settles underneath it for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. And Frank Snyder coming to the plate, 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Snyder gets the offering. This time it is a wheelhouse roll. Against right-handed pitching, 1-30, and this thing is out of here. And it's not. He hits a high roll. He had one to do something with, but he just tops it and grounds it 2-2. And Aaron Ward flips it over to Pip at first for the 4-3 putout and out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Giants 3, Yankees nothing. Peckinpah coming to the plate, 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. As Tony is still in the game, pitching well. Peckinpah steps up. It's going to be an in-play roll of 75, and that's a fly ball into center field. George Burns settles underneath it. Can of corn put out for out number 1. That's going to bring up Elmer Miller, 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Center fielder swinging away. This time it's going to be a defensive check. I think this is our first defensive check. So let's flip the fact. We're going to be looking at an error check on the third baseman, who has an error rating of 3. So that's middle of the road, 1-50, and it will be an error. And that roll of 45, it is an error. And it's a single plus error. So he singles, and there's an error made that allows him to get to second. So we're going to do a sacrifice bunt check on Musial. And we're just going to continue with a normal at bat. It's not in the range. His range was 2, 3, and 4, and that roll of 9 was well outside of that range. As Tony now in a little bit of a spot with 1 out and a runner in scoring position as Bob Musial steps up. Musial, an in-play roll of 25, and that will be a single. Runner advancement on that single. Runner on first advances 1 base. So all runners would advance 1 base. So that will not get Miller home, as now we have runners on the corners. And we're going to still check for. And he's caught stealing as Snyder guns him down. And I don't know about the AI wisdom and stealing at this time of the game. You'd think you'd want to just keep runners on as Wally Pipp comes to the plate, batting .450 in this replay. See if he can get something going here. That's going to be a tough out of 36, and that's just a pop-up to first base as Kelly drifts into foul territory and makes the easy grab for the 3rd out. And a runner left stranded, and we go to the 7th, 3-0 Giants. Fred Tony coming to the plate. Tony with the offering. It's a patient roll, 67, and he just grounds it softly to second. Aaron Ward scoops it up, flips it over to Pip at first for the 4-3 putout, and out number 1. That brings up George Burns, 1 for 2 on the day. And it's going to be a tough roll of 96, and it's just a fly ball into left field. Fuster settles underneath it, squeezes it for out number 2. And that'll bring up Dave Bancroft, who's 2 for 2 on the day. Swinging a very hot bat is Bancroft. He gets another tough roll at 25, and Bancroft again singles as he drops one into left field. And Bancroft again 3 for 3 on the day. And no jump. As Frankie Frisch comes to the plate, 1 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs. And that's going to be another tough roll of 94. That's just a fly ball into right field. Musial settles underneath it for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the seventh as Take Me Out to the Ball Game plays, and the AI manager is sending Babe Ruth in to pitch hit for Aaron Ward. Says it's a critical situation, require a double substitution. As Ruth steps, having this game off, here's a pitch to Ruth, and it's going to be a tough out. That's tough out 71, and he just lifts the fly ball into left field. Irish Musial taken to the warning track, but not deep enough, as it's just a long out for the F7 put out. That brings up Mike McNally, over 2 on the day, with a strikeout. And that's going to be another tough out. Tough 40. It's a pop-up down the first baseline. Kelly drifts into foul territory and makes the easy play for out number 2 with the P3 put out. Wally Shang coming to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day with the walk. It'll be a patient roll. And he's hit by the pitch as Tony comes a little too tight inside and hits Shane in the shoulder. Now we're going to see if he can get a still jump. He cannot. So the AI manager is now sending in Chicken Hawks to pinch hit for Bill Piercy. Pitcher batting. Bench player offers a .432 value improvement. Chicken Hawks, what a name. As Chicken Hawks comes to the plate, his card, he batted .288 with 2 home runs. He's yet to be in this World Series. As Chicken Hawks comes to the plate, stand play roll of 31, and Chicken Hawks comes in and gets it done. He hits the 2-out single, runner advancing 1 base plus. That's going to take Wally Shang all the way to third. So we got runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Chick Fuster coming to the plate. Here's a pitch to Fuster. It's going to be an in-play roll of 67, and Fuster cannot get it done. He leaves 2 stranded as he hits 1 shallow right field, and Youngs makes the easy play for out number 3. 2 left stranded, and we go to the 8th inning, and the New York Giants still up 3-0. So the AI manager makes a defensive substitution. Johnny Mitchell replaces Babe Ruth at second base. Defensive replacement cued after the substitution. We know Ruth wasn't going to be playing second base. And also a pitching change. Tom Rogers enters the game because he was pinch hit for. The pitcher was Rogers, 0 for 1, 0-1 in the 21 season with a 7.36 ERA on 11 innings pitched. He's got a 48.60 ERA in this World Series replay. Rogers, is this the guy you want to have in? I think one of the things I've discovered in this replay is that the pitching for the Yankees is not great, especially when they get to their bench and they get to their relief pitchers. As Ross Young steps up, here's the pitcher's roll. It'll be a patient roll of 50, and he walks him. Look at all those patient rolls. In Ballpark and Wheelhouse at 4 and 5, Rogers is a dangerous pitcher to have in there. Jump check. And it is successful. So no steal or bunt as Kelly comes up to the plate. Rogers into the windup in the pitch. It's going to be a ballpark roll again, as Kelly is a right-handed batter. It's a 1-62 chance for Wheelhouse. And that 62 does get him into his wheelhouse. Against right-handed pitching, 1-42 chance for High Pockets Kelly. And
this is crushed. And gone.
Home run, High Pockets Kelly. 2-run shot by Kelly makes it now 5-0. The Giants, as they're running away with this game. As Musial steps in, he homered in this game as well. Here's the pitch to Musial. It's going to be a patient roll of 36, and that's going to be a single by Musial as he drops one into shallow center field, just out of the range of the second baseman. Now, bunt check for Smith. No bunt. as Earl Smith will just swing away. Smith, 336 average and 10 home runs, so he's got some pop to his bat. It's going to be a defensive check. This time it's going to be an error check on the third baseman, who has an error rating of 5. That's the best you can get. So 1 to 34, and it's an error. 34 to 99, and it's an out. And that roll of 11 will be an error. It's going to be a one-base error on McNally at third. Now we're going to have a bunt check, and it will be a bunt attempt. Bunt rating of C, and it will be a good bunt laid down by Snyder. And runners now at second and third. The AI manager bringing the infield in because we have a runner on third with less than 2 outs. Fred Tony getting a good opportunity here to add to his lead, as we're going to keep Tony in. He's pitching well. And it's going to be another defensive check. This time it's going to be an error check on the pitcher, who has an error rating of 4. So 1 to 41, it is going to be an error, and it is not. It is an out. And it's a ground out to the pitcher. Runners will not advance as Rogers scoops it up, looks at Musial at third, fires it over to Pip. And runners held. So still runners in scoring position with 2 outs. And George Burns coming to the plate, 1 for 3 on the day. Rogers with the pitch. It's another defensive check as we got snake eyes once again. This time it's going to be an error check on the third base, on the shortstop, excuse me. And he is middle of the road, so 1 to 50, and this will be an error. And it is not. He got a great roll of that 99. And so that'll be out number 3. It's just a ground ball too short. Peckinpah makes the play, fires it over to first. So 2 get stranded, but it is a 5-0 game here as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And the AI manager is making a defensive substitution. Bud Heine replacing Earl Smith at second. Fred Tony looking at Peckinpah, 1 for 3 on the day. Tony looking to finish this game out. Here's a pitch to Peckinpah. It's going to be a patient roll of 18, and he walks him, leadoff walk. Not something Tony wanted to do. Now a sacrifice bunt check. It fails, but there is a hit and run situation now as Elmer Miller looks to move the runner over. It's going to be an in-play roll of 54. That's a ground ball to third base. Hit and run ground out chart. And batter out, runner advances 1 base. So he does get Peckinpah over on the hit and run. That's 1 out now with a runner in scoring position. The sacrifice bunt attempt will succeed. It's a balance. That roll of C, he does get the bunt down, moving Peckinpah to third. And Tony with 2 outs now with a runner at third, 90 feet away as Pip digs in, pitch from Tony, in-play roll of 79, and it's just a shallow fly ball lifted into center field, and Burns squeezes it for out number 3, and 2 were left stranded as we go to the 9th inning, and the Giants up 5-0 as they're shutting out the New York Yankees. Dave Brancroft, 3 for 3 on the day. See if he can keep the hitting going as he gets another patient roll of 17. He doesn't get a hit, but he gets on once again as Rogers walks him. And bunt check for Frisch. That fails, so he continues with a normal at bat. Frisch gets the offering, the patient roll of 53, and that's a line out too short. Peckinpah stabs it out of the air for out number 1. Now another bunt check for Ross Youngs. And that bunt check fails, and Youngs will swing away. Another patient roll of 84, and that's just a fly ball into center field. Elmer Miller squeezes it for out number 2. That brings up High Pockets Kelly, 2 for 4 on the day with 2 RBIs and a home run. Kelly gets the pitch. It's a patient roll of 85, and it's just a ground ball too short. Peckinpah up with it over to first. 3 up, or 4 up, 3 down, and that will be it for the Jazz. They have a 5-0 lead. Can Tony complete this game? As Johnny Mitchell comes to the plate. Mitchell gets the offering. In play roll of 37. That's just a pop-up to too short. Bancroft drifts into shallow left field and makes the catch for out number 1. Giants 2 outs away from taking a commanding 4-2 lead in this best-of-9 series. Mike McNally 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. Another in-play roll of 07, and McNally gets something going as he singles into right field, and looking to see if we're going to sacrifice him over. We will not. Shang will be swinging away. Here's the offering. It's another in-play roll of 95, and that's just a fly ball into right field. Young settles underneath it for out number 2, and Carl Mays is sent in to pitch hit for the pitcher Rogers. Carl Mays batted .343 with 2 home runs in 1921 as Mays gets the offering. This time it's another in-play roll of 30, and Mays comes in and gets the job done as he singles. It's a grounder up the middle into center field. The runner on first advances 2 bases. It's McNally all the way to third. Runners on the corners, 2 outs for Chick Fuster. 0 for 3 on the day is Fuster. Tony looking to get this last out. He gets a patient roll of 33, and he walks him. He walks the bases loaded, and Roger Peckinpah coming to the plate. Runners on all the bases. They're dripping with Yankees as Roger Peckinpah steps in. Here's the offering from Tony. And that's going to be another patient roll of 96. And Roger Peckinpah takes one into left field, but not deep enough as Irish Musial settles underneath it for out number 3. And that is our ball game as the New York Giants shut out the Yankees 5-0. And the most valuable player, the player of our game, is the pitcher Fred Tony. Complete game, 6-hitter, striking out 5, and keeping the New York Yankees bats cold as the New York Giants take a commanding lead in this best-of-9 series, 4-2. One more game, and this World Series will be over. In the real world, the Yankees lost the series 5-3. It was the first appearance of the Yankees in the World Series in 1921. Again, a series that the Giants won. The thing I'm finding in this replay, the Giants had better pitching, and they had a lineup with a lot of high averages from 1 to 8. And it's pretty good batting, and the pitching has been well. And it's just the bullpen for the Yankees not getting it done for the New York Yankees. And so it's now 4-2, best-of-9 series. If the Giants win this next game, our World Series will be over. Hopefully the Yankees can repeat history and win this next game, but we will see as we continue to play. I hope you've enjoyed this game. I've enjoyed it. I have really enjoyed Payoff Pitch using Game Pulse. Pretty simple to play, and I like the results so far. And I hope you have a great day. Soli Deo Gloria.